Hello and welcome back to another episode of the MaxTalks Podcast. It's been a while, lads, hasn't it?
It has been a while.
Has been.
It's been quite some time, really.
Far too long.
I was starting to think we was never going to come back. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I was starting to think it was the end.
No,
The views were going down, so it was the end. No, but how have you both been?
Yeah, good. Not too bad, actually. Just a bit tired. Work's been a bit stressful, but that's it. What about you?
Just a bit tired, George.
Fuck off.
It's all this travelling you're doing.
Okay, you're drinking Lemsip as well.
Mate, I'm ill. I'm not COVID ill, but I'm ill.
Do a George count of how many times he says he's ill throughout the episode.
Why don't you
Put a little
fuck
jingle
off?
In.
Yeah. We'll do a James
Are you
count of how
James?
many times he's fucking missing.
Listen. Only missed for the shit episodes, George. That's what everyone's
I see.
Right,
It'd
let's
be
get
quite
going.
bad if I started going missing.
Yeah, it'd be a bit suspect, wouldn't it?
Bloke's name who's in the title, not turning up.
Not here. Not here.
God.
Not here.
Right,
Bad,
so what are we
wouldn't
doing
it? How are
today,
you,
Max?
James?
Oh, I'm wonderful, Maxie. I feel great. Yeah, good weekend on Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And then
I
Sunday
mean-
afternoon, things just got progressively worse.
It just got worse.
What-
I mean,
what
it
was
did
this-
get better.
Whoa, what was this in the chat about who's pissed on my fucking toilet seat?
Yeah, Max pissed on my toilet seat.
I didn't actually though, because Nick will vouch for this. I went for a sit down wee.
But Nick confirmed it. He literally confirmed it to me today.
I mean, he's talking out of his arsehole
All right,
because
then, look. All right, I'm not saying anything. I've just been thrown in there. Just thrown in there. Come on.
I mean, it was definitely a sit down wee, and then we left.
Very
It
nice.
was a lovely sit down wee as well. But anyway, obviously your day on Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yes, it was Sunday. It was quite, it started off well.
did.
United losing 6-1
Unappropriate in the
for
morning.
you lot. And it just got worse, didn't it, James? Do you want to tell us a little bit about the evening, what happened?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Adrian moves like he's 76. I've never seen so many deflected goals in one game. To be fair, he made one mistake. Adrian made one mistake. I actually cannot blame him for any of the other goals that went in. I think Joe Gomez made one mistake early doors, and it was awful from there. It should have been taken.
It was the floodgates opened. Your defence just fell apart, really, didn't it?
Do you know what, though? I think the best two players on the pitch for us were Robertson and Salah. I mean, in the first half, Robertson got in behind and made about 10 chances in the first half. But, credit to Villa. They were the better team by a mile. Ross Barkley, absolutely wonderful debut, to say
I know.
Yeah.
But it's going to be exciting. I don't think we're going to see that again this year for Liverpool. But I think there's so many things that have factored into that, aren't there? Like, Premier
Well, I
League's
think
so
it was.
open.
They just beat your press each time, and the front three. I think without Mane, you can see a big difference there, in my opinion.
It makes difference.
I like Jota's good, but it's not Mane, is it?
He's not used to the system yet, though, is he?
It's the high press that you have, as you said to me the other day, James. When you don't really have to rely on your defence because you usually have won the ball back either up the field or in midfield. And for some reason, attacking wise and defending and your midfield just wasn't there. And then by the time it got to the defence, they were already through. That's what I felt.
Yeah, and I think it'll be an interesting game in the Merseyside derby that's coming up, because if we look at the Goodison derby from last year, where Everton arguably should have won it like 2-3-0 maybe, Ancelotti already knows how to beat that press, and it's going to be an interesting one to see an Everton who are on form and Liverpool who have, they've won games, but they haven't won them convincingly, and they've come up the back of this loss. And so are we going to get a Liverpool backlash, or are we going to get a, more of a malconfidence? Will Mane start? Probably not, because of his COVID test. Who else has been? Xherdan Shaqiri. Has he passed it on to? Yeah, has he passed it on to other members of the squad? There's all these different factors going in. For Everton, I think, personally speaking, into this derby, we've got to be ultra confident. You've got our great midfield. James Rodriguez is firing. DCL is firing. For me, looking at that game at Villa, I'm not an Everton fan who takes the piss, like many of our fans probably do when Liverpool lose. But when I put in our group chat, what the fuck is going on? There must be something wrong in that squad. I meant it. There must be something wrong, or it's just a crisis in confidence. I don't know what was going on. The only player that I saw playing well was Salah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I disagree with what you said in some way, George. I think Liverpool are, you've lost to Aston Villa terribly, but before that, I think the 2 games prior to that against Chelsea and Arsenal, the 2 games that you'd probably class as Liverpool's hardest games on paper, they dominated and they looked fantastic. And even though they allowed chances either side, throughout that 90 minutes, we created chance after chance. So I think Aston Villa's given a massive shock to the system. If I'm honest with you, it's something we needed.
It's like a little wake-up call, isn't it? So you're not going to go the season unbeaten.
100%.
You're not going to win every single game, I should say. And, I mean, it was proven, wasn't it?
I think it'll be the most competitive Merseyside derby you've seen in years. Maybe centuries.
It's not 0-0 again. I'm happy. If it's 0-0 again, I'm going to cry. I'm so fed up.
Talking of Everton, right, George? Obviously, you're very, very happy with all the transfers you've made. Seeing as this is supposed to be a transfer episode, transfer special episode.
Kind of a roundup,
Just a roundup there.
You're obviously so happy with it. I mean, I would be. I'm looking at your transfers and just thinking, you've pulled off some absolute worldies there.
So the thing is, you get Alan from Napoli for 20 million. He's filled the gap that Gay needed to. That's a decent signing in itself. He's strong, makes tackles, does everything he needs to, and just passes the ball off. He's very much like when Liverpool signed Fabinho. To make those tackles and pass the ball off. That's it. Then you have Doucouré, a very similar role, but he's winning the ball higher up in the pitch. So you've almost got those two working in tandem, where Doucouré is going to put the pressure on. If it gets past Doucouré, Allen's there. Great.
Yeah.
Then you have, you sign him for 25 million. So you're 45 million already, and that's, people would say arguably for a midfield, that's, expensive. Then you have James Rodriguez, where apparently the initial fee was 22 million. And, you look at James Rodriguez and say, is he worth 22 million? First 3 games, probably 3 goals, 3 assists. Great. But the clause in James Rodriguez's contract is, we're not paying a transfer fee. We're just paying his wages. We're not paying a transfer fee.
Unreal. It's actually crazy.
We've got James Rodriguez on a free transfer, which then frees us up to go and sign Ben Godfrey on a on a 25 million transfer. Ben Godfrey, admittedly, I knew nothing about, and I had to ask you, James. And James, what did you say to me?
I said that he's had a lot of comparisons to Rio. He obviously struggled last year, but he's very, very young. He was playing in a very, not a terrible Norwich team, but a Norwich team that attacked a lot. So he was going to be on his own all the time. But he's such a good ball playing centre half. He's big. He's quick. I mean, he's got everything there to make himself maybe an England player in the future. So it's a good piece of business.
And if you look at our last few years of business, we spent 90 million or like close to 100 million in 1 year, spending it on like Sigurdsson, Bernard, like Iwobi, like these players who,
Iwobi was like, weren't Iwobi like 40 million?
So it depends on appearances for Iwobi. It's 29 rising to 40, and it depends. It's much like a Oxlade-Chamberlain kind of deal.
Oh,
so,
jeez,
it's very tetchy, but
I mean, I like Iwobi. I think he's a good player, but
he did well this weekend.
Compared
but
to
it's
what you've got now,
compared to what we did in the last few years, everyone does that. Oh, Everton have won the transfer window. To be honest, I can't see how we haven't this year.
But the thing for me is, George, what you've said about those players that came in last year, right? If you look at it in this perspective, look how strong your squad is now. So you've got these boys who were starters last year. They've now brought 4 players in that are going to be starters, or 3 players in that are going to be starters this year. Now you've got those boys on the bench kicking the fucking the youngsters you had maybe, or the players that like Walcott, for example, off the bench, and they're ready to come on. You've got class to bring on as well. You know, that's lacked in as well.
Like that's the thing with like you as a Liverpool fan for the derby, you must be fucking shitting yourself. You were going up against Davis and Sigurdsson last year, and now you're going up against Allen, Decore, and Rodriguez, and Gomez as well. Like, the comparison is unreal.
Yeah. It's a massive step up for you lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry, James, what were you saying?
I was going to say it's going to be very interesting. It's just bad. It does make me laugh. Like, George, you've got fucking every right to be happy. You know, you're 12 points, 4 wins, fantastic. Me and Max are sitting there sort of thinking, I'm quite happy, even though we've lost 7-2 to Villa. I'm still quite happy with the start of the year. And I think, Max, you've got to be quite happy with the start of the year.
Very happy. Yeah.
Such a long way to go.
Oh, of course.
I know,
And it's like seeing those fans on Twitter that are getting ahead of themselves. It makes me giggle. I'm thinking, like, I've seen teams win 8 games in a row and finish bottom half. Like, you've just got to be patient. And
that's why I never took the piss out of you. Like, I know you were having a bit of banter when you were you took the piss out of us when you had 9 points, didn't you? You had 9 points and you went above us on goal difference. You took the piss, and literally.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the sort of thing you have to do. Yeah. It's kind of like you have to have a laugh and be like, "Oh, we're first," all that.
Yeah, of course, and like. But then I
understand what James is saying.
All the messages. I quoted all the messages saying, "Well, these aged well, didn't they?"
So for the Liverpool City centre.
I don't.
I understand.
I don't get these fans, like Everton fans specifically, like who want to, draw attention to themselves because we're above Liverpool. Yeah, we're above Liverpool, but it doesn't matter until we win silverware, does it? That's it. Like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we focus far too much on...
You have to actually have a laugh about it, though. Like,
yeah, of course.
It's the fans who are sitting there and thinking, like, oh, we are actually first right now. Like, we could actually go and win the league. And it's like, hold up, mate. Like,
it's been 4 games.
Yeah, I remember West Brom a few seasons back. They went on a mad run of form at the start of the season, sitting in 4th place for the majority of it, and not finishing bottom half, as you said, James.
Like, same as Hull, mate.
Yeah, plenty of teams have done it over the years.
No, I don't think that Everton are going to finish bottom half. I think we'll get Europa League this year.
No, we're not saying Everton. Definitely.
No, but definitely not.
But I think some fans on Twitter need to rein it in. Definitely. But
mate, 100%.
But the thing is, like, we've had a good transfer window. Can we keep these people fit? Hopefully, but I think, and it's not because they're our rivals, but I think Liverpool have had an okay transfer window. I'll say that. I think you could have strengthened in areas. You've strengthened in left back where you needed to, because Robertson, if he gets injured, you kind of fucked. You got Thiago, obviously, who runs a game, but now he's injured / coronavirus / whatever he's got. The one place I would have thought you would have strengthened was a goalkeeper.
No, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to really decide. I can see why Klopp hasn't. The way you look at it is Adrian played a lot of games last year at the start of the year, and you know what, we won games and he done okay and he made some decent saves. So I think if Klopp is thinking at it, where do you need to strengthen more? Do you need to strengthen more in goal, where you're hoping that Alisson's going to play the whole year, or he's going to play 3/4 of it, or do you strengthen in those positions like Robertson definitely needed a backup? We definitely needed a creative midfielder and Thiago. He's done that. And we needed another winger for when Salah and Mane are injured with Jota, which is good business. It's just, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard in the future. But I do agree with you, George. Looking at it, when you look at it in terms of now, Adrian's got a mistake in him. Of course he does. But that's why we got him on a free transfer and we're probably paying him as smaller as...
Yeah, pennies compared to what you would pay for a decent, like a, say if, like the likes, when we had... obviously, last season, Martinez, he's gone over to Aston Villa now, and I'm gutted about it. I wish that him and Leno could have battled it out for, number one spot. But as a keeper, and if you're playing really well, you don't want to be battling. You want to have that number one spot. Like, that's your spot, no matter what, unless you have like a massive run of games of howlers. And I think Adrian, that's the thing on a free transfer, knows he is not going to be starting every game throughout the season.
For sure. Yeah. And I think this is why...
But if you go and get a keeper who costs, say, 20 million, right, to be your backup, he's going to sit there and think, I should probably play. I'm not going to be happy just sitting here and not playing. So then you are in a bit of a predicament, really. Like, we've just signed this young keeper, and he's going to sit there and know he's not going to play until he gets a chance in, like, the League Cup and things like that. Perhaps maybe you need to be looking at, like, a young keeper to be coming through.
We've got them, mate. We've got them. We've got an Irish lad on the bench who's been coming through in the last few years called Keller, and he's been fantastic. He played in the League Cup last year against Villa, and I think it's something that he will eventually get transferred in. But it's like you say though, Max, what does he want to? Does he want to sit on the bench for Liverpool for
exactly
like his whole career, play a couple of games here or there, or maybe drop down a division and play 200, 300, 400 games?
Yeah. Or not even that, just go on loan and maybe get a move somewhere else and then make your name that way, so then bigger clubs can come in for you, can't they?
Exactly, yeah.
I mean,
go on, James. But
I was wondering if, Max, you'll be having a party anytime soon.
Hey.
Oh, mate. Hey. I mean, don't let Anton watch this. I'm not allowed to smile because party's basically, George, I was winding him up the other day going, I can't wait for it when he turns out to be trash, and then everyone goes, why did we sign him? Why did we sign him? And all this stuff. But obviously, his stats, they don't lie. In the Champions League last season, especially, finishing first on most defensive stats in the competition. Although, James, you sent that one earlier where it was, what was it? Lost the ball, was it 7 times, leading to
a shot on goal for the other team in La Liga this year.
Yeah. This, I think, no matter what happens, if Arsenal sign a player, there are people out there trying to find the worst stat to go alongside this player. But yeah, no, I'm very happy with our transfer window personally. It would have been nice if we could have signed both Partey and Aouar, but
did you see that? Did you see what Huncho did? Huncho, the rapper.
I've seen tweets. Yeah, I mean, I've seen loads of tweets from loads of rappers.
He DM'd Aouar last night and said to him, "Are you going to sign for us, bro, when you sign him?" And he just laughed at him and was like, just wetting himself, like replied to him as well. So it could have happened.
I mean, the Leon president is very, very confusing to deal with, apparently, from what I've read. Like, 1 minute he's saying this price, the next minute he's saying, no deal. It's off.
Because that's what happened with Lloris and Tottenham as well. Like when
and then funny enough, you end up getting him for really cheap.
Yeah.
You end up getting them really, really cheap because he's like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't fuck about too much. And then it's like, oh, there ain't a lot of time left to sell a player. But you've seen it a lot with players from Lyon. I mean, I would have loved to have seen him come in because as much as people say we've got problems at the back, we do also have problems going forward. I think before the game on the weekend, we were second from bottom in shots on goal in the league so far.
Oh wow! And you've played Fulham.
So for me, if that doesn't scream at you, there's a problem going forward. I don't know what else does. Like we need someone who creates from midfield. I think there was a stat today that showed like Partey had scored 3 goals last season, and then you put Xhaka, Ceballos, and Willock in there, and they also only got 1 goal each, so matching that 3. So there's no goals from midfield, no goal, no assists, nothing. It's very much kind of wing play in, which ain't bad, but second from bottom.
It's easy to read as a team. Basically, it's easy to read.
Yeah,
which is what I found funny about your tweets during the week, and the ones I replied to as well. Mate, you think you're going to get him? You think you're going to get him for less than 80 million? You're joking. You are joking at the moment.
Just because played it over 80 years though, George. So
yeah, probably Arsenal would. But the thing is, any club reckons they're gonna get him for under 80 mil, unless there's some sort of contract clause there. I think they're joking. He's an England international now. He's playing out of his fucking skin. Someone wants to sign him in January. Okay. I reckon top end 80, probably low end 60.
He's not going anywhere,
he won't go.
No, he won't. He won't. But that'll be Everton's price.
My tweets were just because.
No, it's just because it's frustration. It's frustration. I get.
I like him, and I'd love him to play for Arsenal one day. Same way I look at Messi, and I'm like, oh, I'd love him to play for Arsenal one day. No, you're not going to sign him.
Yeah. Because I turned around to you, James, and I said I reckon he's a 20 goal striker this season, like in the Prem. And I said it to my dad, and my dad was like, "Nah, no chance. He's not good enough.
Could do it.
He's on fucking 6 already in 4 games. I think ridiculous.
I think if you'd said that at the back end of last year, I'd have laughed in your face before you made any signings. When you made signings that now give him the ammunition to go forward, you're saying to yourself, okay, maybe he will hit 15, maybe he will hit 18, he may even get the 20 mark now. That's all you need. You need those people that are going to give you.
I definitely think he can. 100% think he can. Like,
it'd be great if he could. He's fucking.
I mean, if he carries, 100%, we need it.
Other than Kane, other than fucking Kane, fuck me. We need another striker that's decent other than Kane. To be fair, also actually a club that I want to comment on. It's no link to either of these, but West Ham. Fuck me. They're doing well, but they've royally fucked it in the transfer.
Did you see about Anderson?
20 millions worth of players on the deadline day, and they bought in no one.
Well, did you see about Anderson? He was supposed to go to Porto, weren't he? And then that deal was called off. But he said that he would. So when the move looked likely, he turned around and said, "I'll happily come and play for West Ham again, but just not under the current management."
In terms of Moyes, or
probably
Sullivan and goal.
I mean, you don't know, do you? I think the whole club is a total shit show at the moment. You know, when they let go of that young lad,
Diangana.
What was his name? Yeah. When they let go of him, you know, you see the likes of Noble, Declan Rice coming out and just kicking off about it. I mean, that was another one. Wilshere got released on a free, didn't he? I mean, I saw the prods, little plug for the prods.
Yeah,
but are you in charge of their account?
We need a
Are
10.
you in charge of the account?
We need a 10. We won last week. If we win another 2 weeks, I'm not getting in the 10.
I don't think his ankles could take it on Hartem's pitch.
He's training with Hitch in town, isn't he?
Is he actually, or is that just a joke? Because I thought that was a joke.
I reckon you might actually see him there, yeah.
I reckon he is.
You could actually
close,
see him there,
He's a local boy.
Yeah.
What are free transfers this summer that you just didn't expect? You was like, whoa. Okay.
Free transfers? Oh, God.
Well, it doesn't
do you mean like
free.
Three or free?
As in the number 3.
Oh, 3.
As in 1, 2, and 3. But you could just do 1 each, and I'll do a third.
Go on, George.
I don't even know one yet.
Do you know what? Actually,
you can.
Actually, I'll do 3 myself. I'll go Sandro Tonali to AC Milan. I would have thought that Juventus or Inter picked him up. Instead, he went to AC, which is kind of surprising to me. He's a decent Italian prospect, and you know, I get it. He'll probably want to play in the midfield where he commands the midfield, and that makes sense to me. Callum Wilson to Newcastle was a strange one for me. I actually like what Newcastle did there. 20 million for him is a decent bit of business. And then I know we're blowing our own trumpet, but James Rodriguez to Everton. Fuck me, who could have seen that?
Yeah. No.
I think that's number 1. It's got to be like, and the fashion that Everton did it in. You know, we didn't pay anything for him. I think that's got to be number 1 for me. But you know, what about you boys?
I'd have to say Jota to Liverpool for one. I genuinely didn't think that was just like, for me, that was out of nowhere. And then I was like, well, okay, fair enough. I mean, the Thiago hype was going on all summer, weren't it, to Liverpool?
Yeah.
It was going to happen.
Probably before the summer, really, weren't it?
Yeah.
Thiago
That day,
talk.
2021.
Oh, fucking hell. Mate, not with those kits that have come out over there.
No, they're lovely.
Aren't they?
They're lovely.
They are nice. But, yeah, no, Jota for me. I wouldn't really class this as one I didn't really expect, but the Ollie Watkins to Villa.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that's the type of move I would have seen him make. I would have looked at him and thought, okay, that's, you know, but to go to Villa, I thought maybe he'd go to, I don't know,
Sheffield United, you know, like
like more of like an Everton or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But Aston Villa, I mean, I think he's going to bag goals, as me and James have said all season. Well, start the season.
Everton
what are you laughing at?
Players? They're just never going to break this trend, are they? Of being, oh well, he might go to Everton.
No, we're not.
James Rodriguez.
Never.
And you're saying, oh, he might go Everton.
Yeah, like we need another fucking centre attacking midfielder. Fuck it.
Aaron Lennon next.
Yeah, pigeon chaser.
One transfer I am gutted about that didn't turn off for Everton was Moise Kean, and you know, him going to PSG will probably be the right move because they've got an option to buy him, I believe, for about 20 million, which, you know, isn't bad on Everton's part.
I think that's happy days for you lot, mate. If I'd sell him for 500,000, I'd be happy with that.
Oh, bless him. He's not Sonogo, Max. Fucking hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate,
exactly.
Oh,
where is Sonogo now?
Don't you badmouth. He's a free agent, George, and I think he might actually go and do his dream job now. Be a postman.
A postman. Yeah.
What a man.
For fuck's sakes.
No,
it's
Mario Götze.
It's been a bit of a Mario Götze. Yeah, I was actually this is what I was going to ask you boys. Okay, so I'm going to give you some names.
Oh.
Right. I'm gonna scroll down some names. It's a list of free agents. Okay, and I'm going to ask you where realistically you think they could end up, like team-wise.
It's got to be
It
something.
could be any team in the world.
Okay.
Any team. So we've got Mario Götze. Where do you reckon he could end up?
Where do I think he'll end up? I don't know. Maybe like Hamburg.
West Ham.
Mm-hmm. West Ham. Nice. Okay. Nathaniel Klein. I guess that's going to be a Crystal Palace because he's training with them. Sad. Liverpool's part, but he got paid by them. You know.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I liked Klein. I did like
him
Klein.
as well.
Good
He
player.
was so steady.
Yeah. So he's
Didn't
back
work
at
out.
Crystal Palace, obviously training. Do you reckon he's gonna potentially
Yeah.
stay there? He's
Well,
only
if
29.
he's training there, yeah, most likely.
Yep.
Why not? They're desperate for a right back. You can't have Joel.
Exactly,
Yeah.
they are. They really are. They really are. They need a bit of pace as well. Sturridge.
Originally, I would have said Villa because obviously he's from Brum. It would have been nice for him to go back there. Maybe West Brom if they're desperate for a striker, but that man can still go somewhere and score goals. But it's just about the fitness, isn't it?
I think it's going to be more top end of the Championship for old Studge.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
I don't know. I just don't think Premier League clubs will be looking at him and thinking like, "Oh, we could take a chance on him."
He's a liability.
There's
His
only
needs are a
so many
liability.
chances that can be taken, aren't there? Really?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
yeah, he had a chance at Man City, he had a chance at Liverpool, he had a chance at Chelsea, he had a chance at wherever he
He has
went on
been
loan.
everywhere, really.
And his knees always fucking failed him. Anyway,
He's the English Anelka.
Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck. I reckon he goes back to Watford on a free after they realise what they've lost.
Yeah,
He'll end up
mate,
back there.
that guy Welbs. I think he's. I don't know. Maybe.
I reckon he goes League One.
Championship.
League One.
You think? Huddersfield. Yeah, I'm looking like a Huddersfield, like a.
Somewhere like that.
I think he'll still be in the Championship.
Bristol City, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think Welbeck's quite. I reckon Welbeck's got a bit much of an ego as well that he feel like League One's quite low for him, and I think League One's quite low for him.
Yeah, I do as well. I think he's a good. He's a decent. He's a good player.
That's fair.
He's an okay.
Wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
Wheelchair, not wheelchair. Wheelchair.
I don't know. Just somewhere where someone could give him some minutes. Cause I'm fed up of him moaning about it already.
Somewhere where someone can give him some fucking cocaine and a cigarette.
Oh, controversial.
Oh no, that's ruined our chances of ever getting him on.
Yeah, fucking hell. Cheers, Jack.
Cheers, George. He
James
might be ill, but
James
still
called me
can't.
Jack. This is a weird one. Okay, I'm going to say the name, and I want you to guess how old this person is. Pato. How old do you reckon he is?
33.
28.
31.
Oh.
Now, he's been playing abroad, but let's do it English League. If these guys were in the English League, where do you reckon they'd be? So, Pato, in the English League, do you reckon he could do it at top of the Championship, bottom of the Prem? Where do you reckon?
Oh, Jesus. Exeter City.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
Div 2.
I still don't think we could afford his wages.
No, you wouldn't. No, he's making bank.
He can't score goals.
That bloke is living off playing with Ronaldinho. Like
he's living off the year 2009, mate.
Oh God!
Came through, and it was like everyone thought he was going to be amazing, and no one could. I mean, he had so much pace, everything, and then all went wrong.
Yeah. Hatem Ben Arfa.
Maybe does, I don't know. I can see Ben Arthur doing like some like dodgy business abroad somewhere and then getting himself banged up, or he has to retire. And
so if he were to be in the Prem or like the English League, where do you reckon he'd end up? Because I reckon he's still mid-table Prem. Go back to Newcastle, do a job.
Mate, he's still got the best feet I think I've ever seen. Like, he's ridiculous on the ball.
He's crazy. I mean,
was stupid.
Oh, mate, crazy, weren't he, at Nice? Stupid. Unbelievable. I mean, I could see him at like Southampton, Newcastle.
Yeah.
Like that.
Agreed.
Right.
If you're going to say his level, and that.
James, this is one for you.
Go on.
Barini.
Oh, Fabio. He left Hellas Verona last year, right? And that's my Italian team. So I was so gassed that he was there. And then, shock horror, he has a shit season, does nothing, and gets let go. I reckon he should go back to Swansea for good time.
Yeah, because we were going to we were going to go and watch a Hellas Verona game, weren't we?
We were indeed.
Yeah, before this whole fucking death thing happened. So what do you reckon, James?
I reckon I reckon Swansea. Like I say, I reckon
Championship.
Swansea. Yeah, Championship.
Would you agree, Max?
Yeah, Championship. I don't think he's definitely not Premier League level.
This is an interesting one, this next one. Mandzukic. Because I reckon he does a job at Everton. I reckon he does a job at Everton.
No.
Backup striker.
Mate.
Maybe like
Brighton.
I'd put him in.
No. I think he's. I don't know. Quite a hard one, really.
I'd put. How old is he now? He's like 36.
34.
If United have had him,
I mean, Fulham needs a striker.
Mm.
But he just does it. It's the same as Mitrovic, isn't he? They do the same job.
Yeah.
They just do the same.
Not the ball down.
I mean, if he's anything like Mitrovic in the Premier League, he will not score goals.
No.
Mitrovic is good at pens, to be fair.
Had the call for dinner.
You've had the call for dinner.
I've had the call. Dinner's up.
God.
So I might have to go in a sec.
You can.
Right, I've got
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and then we can go. All right.
Jesus, how long's your fucking list?
Antonio Valencia.
Ecuador.
Oh.
No, that's where he's from.
He just play for. Could do. In
Cardiff City.
Maybe like
Cardiff.
Reading.
Yeah. Cool.
Right, Kagawa.
Oh,
Fuck.
what a man.
Yeah, Brighton, West Brom.
Does a job at like West Brom. Does a job at like West Ham, something like that.
Yeah.
Stephen Defoe.
Oh god. He's Championship now. He'd be
definitely.
Cardiff side.
I'd say, yeah.
Your man, Yaya Sonogo.
Probably team leader at the Royal Mail Depot.
Wanker.
In Edmonton as well, so he can just stand outside the Emirates constantly. Because you know I used to play here.
It's not even Edmonton, mate. It's not even Edmonton.
You mean Finsbury Park?
Yeah,
Finsbury Park. Drayton Park, mate.
Finsbury Park, Drayton Park.
Yeah.
Even one
idiot.
Spurs instead.
And finally, the wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna punch my missus up, John Flanagan.
Wow.
Oh.
To be honest, I reckon he
released by Rangers. What a man!
He'll go and play for like Southport,
Dundalk.
Yeah, fucking Dundalk are a good team. They've just made Europa League. Come on, he's not as good as that.
We've got him in the Europa League.
Yeah, I think that's amazing for them.
That's really great. Good. Imagine if there was fans as well. How good that would be.
Well, they're going to allow it in UEFA.
Oh, they really?
They're looking to do it, yeah. They're looking to allow fans in stadiums. So I'm hoping that it'll be good for everyone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was that your last name?
Yeah, that was it. John Flanagan. That was your last name.
That was your last name. So James now has to go for dinner. So we're actually going to end the podcast episode. Thanks for listening. We'll try and do it on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
We do try, but you know, people are busy. And
looking at me.
I'm just looking at this. I mean, George is down
all
here
of us.
on mine.
But
yeah, thank you for listening. Thanks for listening. Hopefully see you next week.
Peace.
Follow all that stuff. See you later, guys.
See you later.